Amma ba'd, dear brothers and sisters, one of the most beautiful gifts that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, one of the most soothing gifts that I personally, and I hope all of us, find as a very important supporting mechanism in our life is the Quran. The Quran coming down to give strength and give wisdom and give support to the believers. And accompanied with the Quran is the seerah and the life of the Prophet ﷺ as an example, a living human being, role model example, a community being built with the challenges that are facing a community being built. There is a particular period in the lifetime of the Prophet ﷺ that, as I was contemplating on it, found many similarities to the current period that we as Muslims in America are facing. We're hearing a lot about Islamophobia, and the attacks on Islam are somewhat increasing, and at the same time there are many people of goodwill who are coming to the aid of Islam and Muslims, but we are more cognizant of that. America in general is more aware of Islam, and some are reacting negatively to the presence of Muslims and to the message that Muslims have in America. And this is undoubtedly making some of us uncomfortable. All the attacks and being in the limelight, and what Muslims want, and Islam is evil and the Quran is evil, and burning the Quran, and Muslims are terrorists, and the polls that are being gathered about what Muslims want in America and this and that. I'm sure it's making us uncomfortable. It's making me uncomfortable. Because now we are under the limelight in a very negative way, unfortunately. And I looked at the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, and I found a time period around the 4th or 5th years of him receiving the message, around the 3rd year. Because remember, the first few years, Muslims are here, no problem, that's okay, you can stay. But then once the Prophet started to take the message forward, and now people are becoming Muslims, and not just anybody, very strong, capable individuals, there was an element of the Meccan society, maybe similar to the Islamophobic element that exists nowadays in our own society, that started to put a plan of what they will do in order to confront the Prophet, confront the companions, and confront Islam and Muslims. I want to focus on this year or two and just share with you what happened, so that we can be motivated and empowered and strengthened by the perseverance of the Prophet and how he reacted to that particular phase. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So Quraysh in general, or the Islamophobic elements in Quraysh, elevated their attacks on Islam and Muslims progressively. So the first level is that they would try to make fun of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to hurt his morale. The second phase was that they start to try to put doubt about his message, that there is something wrong in his message. The third is to try to hurt him and his family, attack his family in particular. The fourth is to try to hurt him physically and to hurt the companions physically. And then the fifth is when they tried to kill him, and that resulted in him migrating to Medina. So we will just focus on the first couple of phases, which could be similar to the Islamophobic elements in America today. First, you find that some elements in Mecca started to spread that the Prophet ﷺ is a crazy man. Now, when we say Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, we don't envision crazy man, but they started to put that rumor around, he's a crazy man, that he is a liar, and the Quran documents that he is kadhib, innahu sahir, innahu kahin, innahu majnoon, that he's a sorcerer, he's a magician, trying to get these rumors around. They try to say about him that he is serving the interest of people outside our country. He's serving the interest of people outside our country and our tribe. They said, وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا إِفْكٌ افْتَرَى وَأَعَانَهُ عَلَيْهِ قَوْمٌ آخَرُونَ. That he's coming up with a big lie, and he's being helped by other people outside our community, outside our country. In fact, they started to put a rumor that because the Quran was talking at that phase a lot about Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman. You know Ar-Rahman, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahman, one of the names of Allah, the Merciful. So they started to say that in fact Ar-Rahman is a man that lives in Yamama, that Muhammad talked to that man in Yamama called Ar-Rahman. And then when they are told about Ar-Rahman, they say, we're not going to believe in Ar-Rahman. قالوا وما الرحمن أنسجد لما تأمرنا وزادهم نفورا. They kept on saying, we're not going to believe in somebody called Ar-Rahman. Who is that Ar-Rahman that you say? This other man from Al-Yaman. Putting doubt. This phase of putting doubt in the minds of people about the Prophet ﷺ. And they worked very hard. They had a plan.